you've had a few different drummers now since Pat passed away, and even before when he was ill.
Yeah, we had Matt Starr
Yeah.
from Ace Frehley played with us, and he played on the Defying Gravity album with Pat's help as more of a producer, and he was okay. He was okay. You know, it was too soon. There's Pat's in the room. There's Matt. Pat just couldn't play anymore, and then Pat passed away 2018, and Matt was still playing with us. We were contractually obligated to play this gig with Extreme in Australia and some parts of Indonesia, and Matt played, and that was good and stuff, but it was just too soon to look back. And you know, when we had Matt, we had Pat playing with us at the same time with a Cocktail Kid, and then when Pat wasn't there anymore, and I looked at Matt and I was like, okay, nothing against you, brother, but you're not Pat Torpey. And that bothered me. And then we didn't know what to do. I mean, when Pat passed, for me, I went back to work to play acoustic shows and solo rock shows just because I didn't want to stay at home and cry about it. You know, I just couldn't handle it. And Billy and Paul grieved differently, and then we had Edu Cominato on the fence, and it just didn't work out then. Paul actually went to Brazil and practiced with this guy too, and that was weird. There was all these drummers who were calling, Dean Castronova, Novo, and I think Greg Bissonette. We were thinking about getting him too, but it was just too soon. So about another year went by, and then we started talking about doing an album and do another tour, and then calling it a Big Finish tour. And we got Nick DiVirgilio from Spock's Beard. And how we got him was through Paul Gilbert. I guess Nick had played on Paul's instrumental record, you know, the Dio thing that he did.
Yes.
And he played, you know, Holy Diver and everything. And I just thought of this guy as like, I don't know what the new prog is. And Spock's Beard had been around for a long time, but prog for me was Yes and Genesis and King Crimson and maybe a little bit of Rush, you know.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know the new sound and everything, and I didn't, but I liked the name Spock's Beard, so I went, and also Nick was a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he reminds me of Pat a little bit.
Right.
His playing ability, but he's an all-American boy, like a sports nut, and he loves the LA Dodgers like Pat,
Right.
and like Pat was I think he played shortstop when he played in these rock and roll baseball leagues,
Right.
and he, like old school, he'd cocked his hat like this, you know, to keep the sun out, like a total American baseball player thing, you know. And so does Nick, and he just loves baseball, and he just loves it. But anyway, it reminded me of Pat, and I just instantly liked him a lot, and he's got Pat Torpey down really well. So he had to do he has a solo band called Big Big Train.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you'd think he'd change that name, you know, because it's like, how many bigs can you get? How many bigs can change a light bulb? But he went off and did that. And then it was awesome that we got to have Edu Cominato to come, because he missed the boat the first time, but he played it. And he is a great rock drummer. I really love this kid a lot. He's 40 years old, man. He looks like he's 20.
Wow.
I know of him because I played with him a little bit, like an acoustic gigs with him, but he plays with Jeff Scott Soto and Jeff Tate from Queensrÿche.
Yes.
Anyway, just solid rock drummer. I love him, and he sings good too.
Good.
Not as good as Nick, and he will even tell you that he's not as good as Nick, but he kicks ass. We got lucky on drummers.
Yeah, very good. And you're coming back to Japan, not with Mr. Big, but you've got some other projects that you're turning up in Japan for. Is there anything you can tell us about?
I can tell you anything you want to know about it. Our last gig with Mr. Big is in Romania on August 23rd. And then I fly back on the 25th. And I got 11 days to go to the Japanese consulate and get my visa. Always at the last minute. The tour is called, just like the last time that I did the Tak Matsumoto Group, I came up to the I was San Jose airport, and I gave him my passport. And I hadn't been on the road for a while, like 2 or 3 years. This is right after Mr. Big broke up in 2002. And this was in 2004. And I gave him my passport, and it expired. So I had to send it to New York, and we called the tour Dodge the Bullet Tour. And this time, here it is again, 11 days to get a Japanese, because I'm on the road, back to back, everything. So, and this tour is called Still Dodging the Bullet. Stupid. Anyway,
nice.
Last tour was Tak Matsumoto, 20 years ago. Jack Blades, me, and Chris Frazier from Foreigner on drums.
Right.
And every day, every month after that tour was over, I would call Tak and say, hey man, we got to do this again. This is so much fun. Platinum record, 20 sold out shows, 2 Budokons. I go, we got to do it again. And it's broken English, and I'm not trying to be offensive or anything, but he goes, oh, let me think about it. Let me think about it. 20 years later, he thought about it.
It's happening.
And so we have 10 or 11 shows this time, and it's me, Jack Blades, Tak Matsumoto, and Matt Sorum from Guns N' Roses. And if you look on Matt Sorum's Wikipedia page, it says, Matt Sorum, Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver, and the Go-Go Power Rangers Orchestra featuring Eric Martin. That's right. I don't know if you know that or not. Yeah, we played, that's how I know Matt.
Right.
I didn't know him when he played with the Cult or Velvet or Guns. I knew him that he came in, and we had this kind of was a super group to get, super group rock star guys doing a Go-Go Power Rangers theme song for the movie. The guys played with Michael Jackson, Huey Lewis and the News, Matt Sorum, Guns, me, Mr. Big, Tim Pierce from Rick Springfield. It was like an interesting group. Anyway, so the whole year went by with Mr. Big, and we did all this touring, and we made a record, the 10 album. And then our last gig in America was, about a month and a half ago, and it was in Buffalo, New York, and they all went home and, saw their wives and kids and hung out, and I went to LA and recorded the Tak Matsumoto Group record, writing it and recording it, 10 songs. And so September 5th, I go to Tokyo and rehearse with TMG, it's called. And then I think we got like a summer, kind of a festival, and then we got 10 shows. And it's gonna be great, but it's the same thing what happened last time. It's almost become like full circle. Right. Mr. Big did a farewell tour in 2002 when we had Richie Kotzen, and then Tak Matsumoto Group came along, and then here it is another but that wasn't good. That Mr. Big, Paula left in '96, and then we got Richie, and we made 2 great albums, but that was a sad breakup. This is a good breakup. Right. This is a breakup where we're going to be in communication, we're going to talk, and we're going to sit around the campfire and tell old war stories about how great it was to be a rock star in the 80s and 90s and 2000s,
Indeed. Well, we look forward to seeing you in Japan shortly then. And good luck with it.
Yes, I don't know if you can read this. You can.
It's nice.
You can blank it out if you want. All right.
All right. So good luck with the show tonight.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.